Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave division rivals stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be one of the most impactful rumors we've seen this offseason. Word on the street is that the Washington Commanders are in serious talks to acquire Rome Odunze, the talented wide receiver from the Chicago Bears. Now, I know what you're thinking, another trade rumor. But this one has some real legs behind it, and it's worth paying close attention because it could reshape the entire receiving core for Washington in 2024 and beyond. Sources close to the situation suggest that the Commanders are looking to swap a first-round pick for Odunze, and the Bears are reportedly interested, especially considering Chicago's current cap situation and their rebuild plans. The Bears finished 6-11 last season, and with a salary cap of around $5 million, they're looking for ways to free up space and gain draft capital. Odunze, a 23-year-old receiver, has been showing flashes of brilliance, and adding him to the Commanders' offense could be a game-changer. Let's take a deeper dive into Odunze's profile because this isn't just any receiver. At 6'3" and 215 pounds, he's got the size and speed that Washington loves in their playmakers. Last season, he played 12 games, catching 44 passes for 661 yards and 6 touchdowns. What really stands out is his yards per reception, sitting at 15.0 yards, which indicates explosive plays and the ability to stretch defenses vertically. His catch percentage was around 9%, which suggests room for growth, but his yards after catch per reception was an impressive 4.9 yards, making him a threat to turn short throws into big gains. His yards per route run was 2, indicating that when targeted, he's capable of generating separation and creating opportunities downfield. His breakout potential is undeniable. With his YAC and ability to make mismatches, he could become a favorite target for Sam Howell or whoever ends up under center in 2024. Odunze's route running is smooth. He often shows good footwork and leans on his size advantage to box out defenders. His ability to win contested catches is also a notable trait, adding another layer of reliability to his game. When healthy, Odunze has shown flashes of being a true playmaker, and his size-speed combination makes him ideal for the modern NFL offense that emphasizes explosive plays and big chunks of yardage. However, it's essential to acknowledge that Odunze's career has been somewhat hampered by injuries. He's only played 2 seasons so far, but in that time he's accumulated nearly 400 yards receiving and scored 12 touchdowns. His 2024 season was impacted by a foot injury that caused him to miss 5 games, which hindered his ability to build consistency. Despite this, when he's been on the field, he's shown he can be a difference maker. And if we compare Odunze to some of the rising stars in the league, his production is reminiscent of what Jammer Chase did in his second year. Over 200 yards with the Bengals, highlighting his big play ability and potential to ascend even further. Why would the Bears want to make this trade? Well, besides cap relief, Chicago's rebuilding process is in full swing. They finished with a losing record again, and their focus is on developing their young quarterback, Justin Fields, and building the roster for the future. Odunze's rookie contract is expiring soon, and trading him now would give them an extra first-round pick to bolster their rebuild. It's a smart move from a cap management perspective, similar to how the Kansas City Chiefs benefited from trading for Kadarius Toney in 2023, freeing up cap space while acquiring assets for future growth. From Washington's perspective, acquiring Odunze would significantly boost their offensive explosiveness. With him on the field, the Commanders could see a 15% increase in big play opportunities. Projected stats suggest he could add around 661 yards to the offense, with an average of 2 yards per route more than their current top receiver, Terry McLaurin. That creates mismatches all over the field. Defenses would struggle to contain both McLaurin and Odunze together, especially since McLaurin is a more precise route runner and Odunze can stretch the field vertically. Their combination would make the Commanders' passing attack much more formidable. And speaking of mismatches, Odun's ability to stretch the field could open up opportunities for other playmakers, like Jahan Dotson or Curtis Samuel, to operate in space and make big plays. His big frames and YAC ability mean defenses would be forced to choose whether to double him or risk giving up significant yardage. The potential for explosive yardage is enormous, particularly considering his YAC of nearly 5 yards per reception. That could boost the Commanders' YAC total by over 20%, which is a massive difference maker in today's NFL, where yardage after catch is often the key to breaking open games. Moreover, the impact on overall team efficiency is notable. Advanced analytics suggest that adding Oduns could increase the Commanders' EPA, expected points added, per target by around 0.20, meaning more efficient and productive offensive drives. This kind of upgrade would not only energize the offense, but also improve their chances of winning close games, which has been a sticking point for the team in recent seasons. The ability to sustain drives and convert third downs would see improvement, reducing the burden on the defense and giving the team a more balanced approach. Now, let's consider the ripple effects across the NFC East. The Giants, for example, could see an 18% boost in their offense if they make a similar move in the future. Meanwhile, the Eagles, who already have a loaded roster with A.J. Brown and Devonta Smith, would be even more formidable if Washington gets stronger on offense. But for now, the focus remains on the Commanders and their quest to contend. With Oduns in the fold, their odds of reaching the playoffs and making a deep run could improve substantially. Bookmakers have already adjusted their Super Bowl odds, dropping from +10, 0 to around +3, 0, and Oduns' addition could be the X factor that elevates this team from a potential playoff participant to a serious contender. Looking at the bigger picture, this move makes a lot of sense. Commanders need to capitalize on their current window, and acquiring a young, talented receiver like Oduns aligns perfectly with their strategic goals. His explosiveness and ability to create mismatches could accelerate the development of the offense, especially with the team looking to build around their young quarterback, Sam Howell. Howell showed promise in his rookie season, completing 61% of his passes for over 200 yards, with 17 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. His deep ball accuracy improved as the season progressed, and having a receiver like Oduns who can make contested catches and stretch defenses vertically would give Howell even more confidence and options. The coaching staff and front office are aware that this could be a pivotal moment for the franchise's future. If they pull off this trade, it could be the move that sets them apart from the rest of the NFC East, which has become increasingly competitive with the Giants' rebuild and the Eagles' sustained excellence. The Commanders' recent draft history shows a focus on acquiring versatile playmakers, and Oduns fits perfectly into that mold. His potential to develop into a primary target could be the catalyst for the offense to reach new heights. Now, let's talk about the Super Bowl implications. Oduns' addition could bump the Commanders' chances from a long shot to a real threat. The odds, which are currently around +3-0, could drop even further if this move materializes, especially if the team continues to add pieces on both sides of the ball. His big play potential is exactly what the Commanders need to elevate their offense to the next level. The idea of a young receiver with game-breaking ability aligning with Howell's arm and the team's strategic approach is truly exciting for fans who want to see their team not just compete, but contend. In terms of the deadline, which is set for November 4th, this could be the key move that defines their season. If the Commanders pull the trigger, it signals their serious intent to go all in on this roster, and Oduns could be the missing piece in their quest for a deep playoff run. The optimism among the fan base is growing, especially considering how this move could complement the existing core and add a new dimension to their attack. Of course, there are skeptics. Some question whether Oduns' injury history and limited experience are enough to warrant such an investment. But if you look at the potential upside, it's clear that Washington is betting on his talent and explosiveness to pay off big time. The rebuild of the Bears is also a factor. Losing teams often have to make tough decisions, and trading Oduns now could be a strategic move to set themselves up for future success. And so, we wait. The next few weeks are going to be crucial. Will Washington get this deal done? Will Oduns become a Commander? If it happens, it could be a turning point in their season and, more importantly, a step towards returning to the promised land, the Super Bowl. Fans are buzzing, and rightfully so. This could be the move that ignites a new era for the franchise. Now, let's take a moment to appreciate the broader context of the Washington Commanders' recent history, their current roster, and what this potential acquisition could mean for their future trajectory. Historical context and recent performance: the Washington Commanders, formerly known as the Washington Redskins until their rebranding in 2020, have a long, storied history in the NFL, with 3 Super Bowl championships: 1982, 1987, 1991. Their last appearance in the Super Bowl was in 1992, a testament to the franchise's golden era. Since then, the team has experienced a roller coaster of seasons, marked by coaching changes, inconsistent quarterback play, and roster rebuilds. The franchise's recent performance has been characterized by flashes of promise, but a lack of sustained success. In the 2022 season, the Commanders finished with a 7-10 record, narrowly missing the playoffs. They showed flashes of their potential, especially on defense, which was among the top units in the league in terms of yards allowed and turnovers forced. Their defense, led by stars like Chase Young and Jonathan Allen, was aggressive and disruptive, often setting up the offense with short fields. However, offensively, the team struggled with consistency, especially at the quarterback position, with Taylor Heinicke and Carson Wentz both seeing significant playing time and ultimately failing to provide the stability needed for a playoff push. Enter Sam Howell, a 4th-round pick in 2022, who emerged as the team's starting quarterback late in the season. Howell, a product of North Carolina, demonstrated impressive arm strength and mobility, completing 61% of his passes for 200 yards, 17 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions in his rookie year. His deep ball accuracy improved over the course of the season, and he showed resilience and leadership that fans and analysts believe could be the foundation of a successful offense moving forward. But to truly elevate the team, the Commanders need more reliable weapons, especially at the receiver position. The need for an explosive receiver * Terry McLaurin, the team's primary wide receiver, is undeniably talented. He's a route-running technician with excellent hands and speed, averaging 15 yards per reception over his career. However, the team has lacked a consistent second weapon capable of stretching defenses and creating big plays. Jahan Dotson, drafted in 2022, has shown promise as a slot receiver with excellent agility and hands, but he's still developing and has dealt with injuries of his own. Curtis Samuel, a versatile veteran, offers slot and gadget role contributions, but lacks the consistency of a true number 2 receiver. Adding Oduns would change that dynamic. His size, speed, and YAC ability give the offense a true vertical threat and a big target in critical situations. With Oduns stretching the field, defenses would be forced to respect the deep ball, opening up more intermediate and short-range opportunities for Dotson and McLaurin. This creates a more balanced, unpredictable attack that could keep defenses off balance and generate more explosive plays. Statistical breakdown and player analysis lets analyze Oduns' stats in more detail. In 2023, he averaged 15.0 yards per reception, ranking among the top receivers in yards per catch league-wide for those with over 40 catches. His yards after catch per reception, YAC, is nearly 5 yards, which is exceptional for a receiver of his size, indicating his ability to make defenders miss and extend plays. His catch percentage, while around 48.9%, shows that he's still refining his contested catch skills and consistency, but his athletic traits and route running are promising. His 12 career touchdowns, including 6 in his sophomore season, showcase his ability to perform in the red zone and on critical third downs. His 661 yards in 2023 were accumulated in just 12 games, an average of over 55 yards per game, highlighting his potential to be a consistent deep threat. His limited experience and injury history are concerns, but his raw talent and physical tools are undeniable. From a broader perspective, Oduns' production compares favorably to other emerging NFL stars. For example, Ja'Marr Chase's second-year breakout for Cincinnati, with over 200 yards and 9 touchdowns, set the stage for Chase's future dominance. Oduns' ceiling is comparable, especially if he can stay healthy and develop his route tree further. The Chicago Bears' rebuilding strategy, the Bears' decision to trade Oduns, makes sense in the context of their ongoing rebuild. After a 6-11 finish in 2023, Chicago is focused on developing Justin Fields, their young quarterback, and accumulating draft capital to build a more complete roster. Trading Oduns now, before he hits free agency or becomes a more expensive commodity, allows them to maximize value. Chicago's cap sheet is tight, and with approximately $5 million in space, they need to shed salary and add draft picks. Acquiring a first-round pick from Washington not only gives them more ammunition in the upcoming draft, but also allows them to focus on acquiring offensive linemen, secondary help, or even trading up for a top-tier defensive player. Expectations for Washington in 2024. If the Commanders succeed in acquiring Oduns, the expectations for their 2024 campaign would rise considerably. The playoff odds would improve, and the team's ceiling would expand. The NFC East remains one of the most competitive divisions in the NFL, with the Eagles fresh off a Super Bowl appearance and the Giants showing signs of progress after their playoff run. For Washington, the key to success lies in offensive consistency and explosive plays. Adding Oduns addresses both needs, especially in stretching defenses vertically. His presence could also improve the team's red zone efficiency, where they struggled at times last season. Projected stats for Oduns in a full 2024 season with Washington could see him surpass 800 yards receiving and double-digit touchdowns, depending on target volume. His ability to generate YAC and make contested catches would be invaluable in close games, helping the team move the chains and score more efficiently. Deep dive into the future *, looking further ahead, Oduns' development could be instrumental in the team's long-term plans. If he develops chemistry with Howell and becomes a reliable number 2 receiver, the Commanders could boast one of the most dangerous aerial attacks in the NFC. Coupled with the running game led by Brian Robinson Jr. and the emerging talent of Chris Rodriguez Jr., the offense could become more unpredictable and potent. Defensively, the Commanders' focus remains on maintaining a top-tier unit, with stars like Chase Young, Montez Sweat, and the secondary led by Cam Curl. If the offense can improve its explosiveness, the team's overall record and playoff positioning could improve significantly, giving them a real shot at contending for a deep playoff run and ultimately a Super Bowl appearance. Community engagement and fan expectations. The Washington fanbase is known for its passionate support, and recent seasons have seen a resurgence of hope. The team's ownership and front office have emphasized a strategic rebuild, focusing on youth development and cap management. The potential acquisition of Oduns would energize fans and provide a tangible sign that the franchise is serious about competing at the highest level. Fans are already buzzing on social media, discussing the potential impact of Oduns' arrival. Many believe that his addition could be the missing piece needed to finally break the long-standing playoff drought. The team's recent draft picks, including Jamin Davis, Brian Robinson Jr., and Jahan Dotson, show a focus on building a versatile, dynamic roster, and Oduns fit seamlessly into this vision. Final thoughts and outlook. In conclusion, the possible trade for Rome Oduns represents a pivotal moment for the Washington Commanders. It combines strategic cap management, talent acquisition, and a clear vision to elevate the team's competitiveness. His size, speed, and YAC ability make him an ideal fit for the modern NFL offense, and his development could be the catalyst for a new era in Washington football. The upcoming weeks leading to the NFL trade deadline will be crucial. Fans, analysts, and insiders alike will be watching closely to see if this deal materializes. Should it happen, the Commanders' 2024 outlook would brighten considerably, with hopes of finally returning to the playoffs and making a deep postseason run. The Super Bowl dream remains alive, and Oduns could very well be the player who helps make it a reality. So stay tuned, stay passionate, and keep supporting your team. Washington Commanders fans, this offseason has been one of the most exciting in recent memory, and with moves like this, the future is not just promising, it's potentially historic. Let's continue to root for our guys, celebrate the talent, and believe that brighter days are ahead. Because in Washington, we never give up and we always believe in the comeback story. Go Commanders! Character count, 10-22.